when I think about the path toward the Yamin Noraim, I need to go, as someone who will be leading it, I have to go very, very deep inside myself and ask myself, what's it about? Who am I? What do I want to do? And I've shared with you, this is an essential part of my preparation process, is I don't start writing sermons. I'm getting invited to sermon writing workshops, and I wrote exactly one sermon in my entire life. But it reminds me to get to work, and I don't start by writing my 6 high holiday sermons. Let's see, I'm going to remove my spotlight. Hold on a second. I like to see you all as I speak, not myself. Here we go. I start by asking myself, which I recommend all of you, who am I? What's my life about? What's my journey? What has been my journey? Where am I now? Have I lived in fidelity to my calling? Have I understood my calling correctly? So I do a lot of very, very basic introspection, forgetting about the high holidays as a way to prepare. I know it's 7 weeks away, but I have to start with authenticity. I have to start with, like, what's my logos in logos therapy? What does it all mean? What's my purpose? And there's a lot of clearing out to do. So a while back, maybe a year or so ago, I taught Paul Tillich, and we talked about the God beyond God and the religion beyond religion. And as I wrote in my introduction this week, one reason people have such trouble with religion is the religion, this side of religion, doesn't address core matters of spirit, which is like self-referential religion. Here's our religion. What does our religion believe? As opposed to here's our religion. Here's you. Does it make a difference to you? So what I try to do is take myself to the religion beyond religion, God beyond God, self beyond self, and in that beyond world, try to start to put things together, and then ask myself, what do I mean by my ever becoming authentic self? How do I understand my life journey, my challenges and choices in life, and how have I made them, and would I make the same ones, and do I have regret, and so forth. So what I'm recommending to all of you, if you want your high holidays to be meaningful, is engage in these foundational questions of who you are as a human being, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you behave. Do you have some kind of criterion? Is the criterion valid? Um, and have a sense of meaning, purpose, and journey, and that these 7 weeks should be part of that. Now, I have many things to say about that, but I want to stay right here for this job. Is tonight just a few more minutes, and tomorrow more extensively. And I use the metaphor of Moses when he's told he can't go into the land. Our Torah portion is about Et Hanan, and I pleaded. So if you look at my Shabbat thought, I had this moment where God says, yeah, you're not going there. And Moses is in his figurative room, and people say, well, one door closes, another door opens. I said, well, maybe not. Maybe at the end of the road. And so here he is at the end of the road. There's no other door. He's going to die in the desert. And I hear God saying in my mind, the God who said, I am who I am, is saying, be here now. This is where your life has been heading. And I just had this meditation on Moses, that back in Mount Sinai, when God says, take your shoes off your feet, the land you're standing on is holy ground, that Moses said, I've been standing on holy ground the whole time. There's nowhere else to go but right here. And this is the meaning of my life, not something else. So just that idea that where you are at this very moment is the meaning of your life. That doesn't mean there's not somewhere else to go. But for right now, there's nowhere to go. Fully inhabit this moment. Fully inhabit everything that's brought you to this moment, and know everything that brought you to this moment. This is, for me, a very deep experience, looking at all the different things in my life that have brought me right here. This little room, a little apartment in Tel Aviv at 6 o'clock in the morning, talking to all of you. How did I get here? It's quite beautiful. What happened? What has happened in my life that brought me to this exact place? And God says, oh, you've reached it. You've reached where you're supposed to go. This is the moment. This is it. And be deliriously happy right here. This is all of it. And it's beautiful. It's miraculous. It's unexpected to feel so whole and so complete in this very moment. Okay? Now, as I developed this from this very moment, and I've practiced this, when I was getting ready to go into surgery on February 9th, 2023. I think I told you my little joke. They said, it's 98% successful. And I said, how many operations have you had the past 2 months? My number 99, I need to know. And I thought, well, I'm right here right now. I'm right here right now. If this is it, this is it. And I just had to give myself a sense of, it's been beautiful. And I'm here now. So I've been here in a few serious places, not the very unbearable lightness of being that I'm feeling right now, but also in some other places where I just had to say to myself, well, this is everything right here. And this is the moment that my life has been leading to. And it's beautiful and it's complete. Now, from that experience of pure being, pure presence, it all becomes one. No judging, nowhere to go. Fancy free. I don't need or want anything. From seeking into that moment, then you from my perspective, you go back into the consciousness of, yet, but I must become something else. For one moment, I'm complete. But the doorway out of being complete is there's an alternative self beyond the horizon that might even be more beautiful than this, with more love and more justice and more truth and more beauty. Perhaps that's on the horizon as well. So as I prepare for the holidays, this first of the 7 Sabbaths, as we move toward the high holidays, is a day of the experience of pure being, pure love, justice, truth, beauty, the good, the holy, right here, right now. And from this spot, sink into it very deeply. And my soul will tell me what's next, which is why I don't know what I'm going to talk about next week. I'm going to do a 7-week journey, and each step is going to birth the next step. And I don't want to say what it is. I don't want to tell myself what it's going to be like. My soul is going to tell me what I need to know. And that's, I hope I'm not already next week tomorrow, because I do want to stay on week 1. But this is where that idea is that you do the work and your soul knows what to do next. And I really, really deeply, deeply believe that and live that.